What are the APC governors going to do in Ekiti? Because the PDP counterparts were not there. Were they going there to vote or to canvass for votes? A lot of people here don't see any reason why they should have been there. In fact, I have one who says that you had your rally, you handed the flag over to Governor Fayemi 48 hours, way before the time. So why go back there, they ask?
Well, because the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is clear on the right of Nigerians to move freely within their country. The Electoral Act is also clear as to when the last electoral campaign ends. Therefore, if we have not breached the electoral law or the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I do not see why anybody should be worried or concerned that we are going to attend the rally of Governor Fayemi in Ekiti. I think it's like standing common sense and law on its head for anybody to even suggest that what are the governors of APC state going to do at a rally which is legal within their own country. I don't think people should even ever think that way.
You know, away from all of these visits or what you have called high-handedness of security operatives leading up to that particular election, let's look at the day of the election. What would you say happened on that day? Because one would have thought, apart from being the incumbent, going by what has been shown, especially in his campaign that he has done in Ekiti State, it would have been an easy ride for Governor Fayemi to victory.
You see, there are many lessons to take away from the Ekiti election. Because the Ekiti election, like we keep saying, if it is truly the wish of the people, has redefined democracy, has refined the sociology of the people of Ekiti State. Because what that says is, one, that performance, character, accountability should no longer be the yardstick for re-election. When a party campaigns on programs, on manifestos, and that party wins election and endeavors to make and meet those targets and those promises, at the end of the day, people say what is important is not roads, schools, or vision leadership, but rather stomach infrastructure. Then that poses a problem for our democracy. But like we say, if that is really the wish of the people, we're going to respect it. But it befuddles us, and it's probably setting a very dangerous, it's probably setting a dangerous message to governors that, look, why do you bother building schools, providing qualitative education, introducing welfarist programs, when all you need to do to win re-election is just to share the resources of the state to a few people. But like say, scholars in future would come and analyze what happened in Ekiti.
Well, in trying to analyze that now, I'm picking from your words carefully, if that is the wish of the people, if there underlined a clause of conditionality, does that spell any doubt as to the real outcome of that election?
Not in the least. I must be frank with you. You see, when we say if indeed, it means that we find it strange that a people will reject a governor whom they admit has performed, whom they admit is a decent, obeying gentleman who they admit has turned the state around, and they'll say, oh, he was rejected simply because, according to them, he was not a man of the people. Now, what we're saying that how can you be a man, how can you be more a man of the people than to provide for the people who have elected you amenities, facilities, improve their schools, introduce welfare systems, and we are a bit concerned because it does not make sense that a governor who has done all this will be rejected by the people. Well, like we say again, if that is the wish of the people, we have respected it.
Is that why you've said nothing so far about the role of INEC? We haven't heard your party say what they feel, you know, about how fair INEC was in the conduct of the elections, transparent the process is or was on that particular day. What do you have to say about the role of INEC on the day of the elections?
Well, our comment on the role of INEC on the day of election is exactly what we've said, what we've been saying in the morning, that election is a process. What transpires before, during, and after. When electoral laws are violated, when, for instance, the Inspector General of Police decreed a 48-hour notice, and INEC knew that that was not correct, that was illegal, what did INEC do? Now, if voters are intimidated, that again is not a credit to INEC. Yes, you can argue, since logically too, that well, INEC did its own bit, but unfortunately, the acts of omission or commission of other agencies are bound to impact on the performance and conduct of INEC.
All right,
but we, as a party, we are still studying the entirety of the election, and at the end of our NWC meeting today, we are going to issue a communique.
Okay, so we'll expect that, as you say, today. Let's get Mr. Charlotte to respond. I mean, he spoke on a number of things. Before you come to that of the INEC, he talked about intimidation, not allowing people to come in, but harassment, and don't forget that stomach infrastructure bit. Is that what the election in Ekiti has come to?
Well, I want to disagree with him. First and foremost, their leadership had come out openly to say that if there's any rigging, there will be roasting. Apart from that, they said if PDP won in that election, there will be war. And all these things are not complementary to a successful election. And that's why the police and security agencies have to be on the side of caution and be proactive. I would have expected him to commend them for their efforts and for doing a good job, because they provided a level playing ground for everybody. So also was INEC.